Okay. So select star select star from employee info. Let's see. So how many employees are there? Around 108 employees are there. Okay. So select star from employee info. So then select star from department. Okay. So now I want to give what is this total sales, total salary for all the employees. So what is the salary, total salary for all the employees? So for that is the requirement. So requirement is what is the total salary for all the employees? Okay. Total for the total how many rows? One not here 108 rows means 108 employees are there. Looks like. So check how many employees are there. So the starting 100, the employee ID starting 100 and ending with 207. Okay, looks like 108 figures are there. Rows. So the very first question is total salary for all the employees. So how we can write it? Sum up. Sum is a function by using what we are going to, which column I am going to sum for the salary column as total salary. So this is alias name. This name we can give any name. So it will be accept the column name. So select select sum of salary as a total salary from employee. So this is the total salary for all the employees. You want to verify whether that is correctly showing or not. So right click, execute, copy this data to Excel, copy with headers. Let's see. Take this into Excel. Control V. So now the data, if you click here, the sale 726816. Here, if you check the sum, so if you not give an alias name, so for any aggregated names, no column, by default it will show as no column name. So this is the column, sum of salary column is not existing in the table, right? We are deriving as a new column. So you have to mention the column name as total salary. So you want to give total salary, you want to give space in between total salary. Don't accept this syntax. It will throw error. But I want to give the same name, exact name. So for that, you can give open braces. Yeah. Open braces. This is one way option. Just execute it. So we'll give closer. There is another way option. You can keep this as single quote. So it will give. Okay. So both two ways we can do that. So now, very next. Also, we can give the depart. So now now as of now, I have given sum as a total sales. Now I want to give total sum by department wise. By department wise, just you can give a column as department, right? So for that, first of all, you have check that column name. What is the column name is belongs to department. So here there is a department ID. Okay, we can give as department ID. Okay, so it will give department ID. Okay, department ID and group by. We'll explain later what is group by everything as part of loss. As of now, we can use this one. So the each department wise. So 0 is a one department, 10 is a department. So we want to see the department names. There is another table. You can get it the names. We'll explain later for that part. Group by ఏకపోతే no no no. So 0 1 10 అట్లనా అట్లానే అది కాదు గ్రూప్ బై లేకపోతే it will throw error. It will throw error. What it will throw error? So here whatever you are doing, sum of salary, there is a department ID. We are going to department wise. We want to aggregate. This is department ID is a non-aggregate column. So salary is a aggregate column. So whenever we are doing any aggregate column beside non-aggregate column is there, then you have to use group by function. Otherwise it will throw error. Let's see. Let's execute it. Let's execute. See, employee table ID invalid in the select list because it is not contained in either an aggregate function or the group by class. So we have to use group by class for the department ID. So here whatever the non-aggregated columns and aggregated column. Salary is a aggregated column. So what is the non-aggregated column? Department ID. So department ID is a non-aggregate column. So we have to use non-aggregated columns in the group by class. So then, yeah, I will tell you. So here, so department ID is now, after that, it will, the result is, so for this query is department wise total salary given. Now, so if you see here total salary, so the order is not there, right? Somewhere minimum value, somewhere max value. I want to now my requirement is I want to give total salary either ascending to descending or descending to ascending. Then we have to use order by. So go to order by. So total salary order by salary. Okay. Sorry, order by salary. Okay. Order by sum of salary. So instead of that, you can give what is the column position. So this is column position. Our department is one position. Sum of salary as total salary. Okay, second position. You can give order by second position. Also, it will work. Will give. Clear? So one. So like you want to. This is by default. If you do not mention ascending or descending, so it will take ascending order. From ascending order is nothing but from lower to higher value. So when you mention you want to give now highest salary. So this want to salary I want to show in the top. Then you have to mention descending order. For that the syntax is DESC, descending order. Just whenever execute, it will show the salary sorted descending to highest to lowest. So that is the purpose of aggregate function for sum. So similarly, what is the purpose of min max? So take any date employee info. So my requirement is which employee is joined as a first employee. So who is the this company, this employee, who is the oldest employee, who is the latest employee. I want to fetch that based on this data. I want to write a query. Okay. So for that we can write select first name and last name. first name, last name, and hire date, right? So hire date. So simple. By using this query, it will give only 3 columns. So select. So as of now in the selections list, I have choose only 3 columns. It will return 3 columns, right? So all the data. But out of this employees, let's say order by 3, or order by, right now I'm going to hire date. And even it will give the same thing, order by 3 or order by higher date. So you can give it will give. So this is the first employee, Dehan. Lex Dehan is the first employee for this organization. So the same thing. So based on this data, we are telling about this. Based on this data, right? We are telling about this is the first employee. But I want to query level. I want to display only this employee. So for that, so min of hire date, min of hire date. Okay, this one is not required now. Okay, min of hire date. So this will execute or this will fail. If I execute this one, give me a second. So I am going to this execute this one. Will execute or fail? Fail. Okay, because group by is required for any aggregate columns. For non-aggregate columns, we need group by. So next group by. How many columns this time required? How many columns? 2 columns. Employee first name, last. Sorry, hire date. Hire date also required. Just I'm going to remove hire date. No need. Employee first name, last name. Group by these 2 columns. Just execute it. Okay. Okay. So remove this first name. So what is happening in this query? Each employee. So if you give group by for the employee wise, it will give. So no, don't need now. Just remove this one and remove this first name and last name. Okay. So what is the minimum hire date for that employee? 2001, right? It will give the date exactly. It will give the date. Okay. So now I want to the employee details as well as. So for in this case, select star from employee. So you want to retrieve the data for employee info, you can use this query. So select star from employee. Where hire date equal to this one. That's it. Open bracket and close bracket. So it will give employee details for all for that employee. So this is called as subquery. This is called as subquery. We'll explain later. ఇక్కడ does not support in where calls functions will when where calls functions does not support. So let's see the same thing whatever you're thing, right? So if you give where calls in where calls does not support any aggregate function. Simple. That is an aggregate may not appear in the where calls. Very clearly telling. Where calls condition does not support any aggregate function. Okay. So this is called a subquery. We'll explain for the later that what is subquery when the concept comes. Okay. So similarly, I want to max state. Max. So if you give max, so order by order by hire date. So this is the employee. Raj Mohan employee is the highest recently joined in the organization. Okay. If you check the date, 2022. Recently joined this organization. So you want to comment this statement. So you get hyphen, it will comment. So, so now if you give, we'll give Raj Mohan employee details. Okay. This is the way of we can use aggregate functions. So average, you know, right? Average. Similarly, when you do the average, only first person. Yeah, you want to that fire date in. So fire date equal to this one fire date, or you can write both conditions. Fire date equal to the main or condition. Here will helpful or condition. Just execute, it will give both of them. So we'll explain what is the and or operator for the backup class. This already completed our class. We'll explain it for Jyoti and Shanti. Right. Clear so far. So similarly, go to and practice this all the things, average, count. Count also, like for example, simple. So where we can use, so in the employee table, how many simple, how many departments are there? How many departments are there? Without department table, by using employee table, you can give us count department ID. We can count it. Now we have to write distinct. So before that, distinct can write. So it will give how many departments are there. 108 departments are there. Better. So it will count the limit. Yeah. Yes. Sorry. Remove distinct. So here you have to write reverse distinct count department IDs and counting. So it will give 12 departments. Distinct, the keyword purpose is distinct, it eliminates the duplicate values. So if you see here, instead of this, you can type right as a select, instead of remove the count, it will give only 12 values. Generally, just even remove this one. So execute it, it will return 108 rows. So 90, 90, 90. So some, it looks like duplicate values coming. So 90, how many times it's repeating 90? 3 times. Okay. I want to show unique values. So by we want to show unique values. For that, we can use distinct. Distinct is a keyword. Distinct is a keyword. It will remove the duplicates. So just execute it. So it will give the unique values. Now how many times comes? 30. Earlier 3 times. Now 1 time. So how many records are there? 12 rows. So instead of this, we can give select count of distinct. It will give the 12 rows return output. Yeah. If you want to give a column name, we have to give count of employees or number of employees. Sorry, number of departments. Clear so far? Any questions from online so far?
No, Venkat, but backup class, if I listen means I will understand this clarity. That's what.
Yeah. We'll provide it. Even this
Yeah.
class, this I'm recording. Even if this class understand, I will take a, I will consider take as a backup class.
Yeah,
Not
okay. Fine. Yeah, okay. Fine.
that's the purpose of aggregate functions. So whenever you use aggregate functions, simply we have to use in the group by class simply. So in the group by class, whatever the columns we are using in the select list, you have to non-aggregate functions you have to mention in the group by class. That is the concept for here, and it will aggregate the data simply. So in this case, like total 108 rows there. So instead of that, based on this department ID, how many rows came? Out of 108 came 12 rows. It will aggregate the data based on aggregate function. So some it will give different kind of values. Count is will give the unique values. Each function has some specification. I have already explained everything here. So this next part is numeric functions. Okay. So numeric functions mainly it is used for rounding and floor functions. So generally square root. What is the square root? Square root of 25. 5. Simply you can use this one. Select square root of this one. Get the square root of a number. The square root purpose is get this. Will give the output as 5. So generally this function may not used in the real time. So as per my experience, any required in the calculation part we can use it. So even then select square of 5. What is the output? 25. Vice versa. So this is power 2 of 3. Okay, 2 of 3, 8. Real life in my experience we can use only round function. So we'll go round function. It's a rounding a value simply based on the rounding position. So this is keyword round function. The syntax is round function the value. Okay, based on output we will give instead of, for example, in the data level it is there 12.347, but in the requirement we want to show rounding only two values. Okay, we'll go for this example and take it explanation. How it is salary here? It's a numeric value, right? Not useful. Okay. So so based on see. So actually the values after how many decimal numbers are there? 3, right? Here 3. So instead of 3, we want to show the output as 2 decimal. Here 12.2 decimal numbers required. So based on the third number, it will be decided. So this value simply, so 12.35 is the output. So how it is named? Based on third value, based on after 2. So first we have to consider 1. This 2 value is depending on this value. Okay. So if it is greater than 5, greater than or equal to 5, then it will give the next value. So here 4 after the 3 4, right? What is the value is there here? 7. So it will check whether the 7 is greater than 5 or not. Greater than 5 or not. So always greater than 5, 7. So it will give the values 3, 5. So if you check here in this case, 3, 3, 4. So it is greater than 5. The condition is false. So it will give the same value in this case. If it is less than or 5, it won't consider the increment value. So it will give the same value. So let's see. I am going to execute this one. So 12.35. So when I am going to execute this value, so 12.34. Yeah. So rounding display purpose, then you can use. So rounding, yeah, it will consider that value as 0. No, anyway, so not used for that one, but it is taking. So if you see here, this calculation 3. So we are doing the value rounding. This value for this displaying first, leave it. So the calculation how we are doing. For example, let's say for one more scenario. Yeah. Select round off this value. What is the output? Now tell me. Sorry, what is the output? 3, 4, 5. So I told 5 also, 5 are greater than 5 equal to or greater than or equal to simply. So it will consider as a one increment value. So when you apply floor as a data type, so these are the data type. So when it returns the floor function, it will give the smaller integer value, nearest to small integer value. Okay, for example, so here integer value, what is the integer value? 12 only. So select floor, this one will give the integer value. So 12 will return it. 6, 4, 5. No, it is completely nearest value. No, you want to fetch only integer value from this one, nearest integer value. So it will always give integer value. A integer value unte ade smallest integer. Anyway, it's given number, integer number. That's all. So these are the numeric functions. So we coming to the date and time functions. Anyone tell me, answer it. What is today date? 13. Yeah, today date is 13.
30.
So I want to the same in SQL Server. What is today? Write a query in SQL Server. Select get date. So there is you want to display today date by using get date. So we can get it. So it see here as today date. It will give the time as well as. So it will give hours, minutes, seconds, milliseconds. We want to give only date. So there is some kind of functions are there. So we can give as date. This convert function will go for one by one. That one also will cover as part of this course today. As a date, it will give the date. Only date it will give, return it. This is cast or functions. Will come, looks like maybe in this class. Convert and cast. Convert and cast. Yes, will come. Okay. Okay. Select the get date as a today date. It will this. Okay. Okay. Now. So get date return the system date and time. So whatever the system date is there in the SQL Server install, you'll change the system, the server date here. So it will again change the date. So completely system server date it will give return. So date what? System నుంచి తీసుకోండి. రాంగ్ ఉంటే రాంగ్ ఇస్తుంది. మోస్ట్లీ సిస్టమ్స్ ఎప్పుడు రాంగ్. Department, sorry, date part. Date parts it return the part of the given date or time. I want to give here. Here one more question is here. The question is I want to display only year within the date. What is the year? Select get date. So I want to, instead of this date, I want to fetch only year. What is the year? Current year 2024. Correct. So we want to extract that part by using, there is a keyword. So date part. So there is a date part. We can, by using this date part, we can extract. We want to extract date or month or year. So the syntax is date part interval. So interval is like we want to year. So this year is a interval. Then close it. So here we can pause year, what, how, month will support milliseconds, microseconds, milliseconds, minute, month, or month. Yeah, we'll go for one by one. So year, first we'll go for year. So it will give the output as 2024. Okay. If we give so it will give the number 6. Month also. It will give same thing. Same amount. Does not support. Okay. And so both are same. Nothing difference. They have given multiple keywords. So day, if you give day, will give what is today 13. 13 will give 13. So by using date part, we can extract the date. If you give hour, will give hour. Okay. And also you can hour, minutes, seconds, millisecond. You want to extract anything within the date field, you can get it. For that, we can use date part. So there is one more thing I want to display. What is meant by today? Today, which day? Thursday. I want to give that output. So there is keyword date name. The next one is date name. So date name, by using date name, it returns the name of the corresponding date part. Okay. So what is the syntax is date name. So simple, we have to give date of week. Date of week from today date. So what is Thursday, right? What is today? Thursday. Thursday it will give. When you give month, we will give the month name. We will give month name. So, we'll give name, date name. Date part, it will give the number. This one, it will give the name. Okay. Any so far good, right? So date add. Okay. So far it's good. I want to go back 10 days back. What is the day? So my requirement is I want to go to back 10 days. So what is if you go back 10 days? So 10 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sorry. 4, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So third it will be written. Okay. So same thing I want to get go back in 10 days. So what is the date came? Third, right? 3rd of June. Okay. So for that, you want to go back days, or you want to go back months, or you want to go back years. There is a keyword date add. Date add, by using date add, select date add. So date add function will return. So interval is required. So interval is nothing but you want to go back days. So I want to go back days minus 10 days for today date. What is today date? Get date. So when you execute this one, will give the output as 3rd of June. You want to go back 10 years back. So you have to mention year. Year is the interval. This is called as interval. So 10 years means 2014. So you want to go back 10 years, months. Okay. Will give months. Okay. Clear? So where the same date will return 10 months. So for the next function is I want to difference between 2 dates. I want what is the difference between 2 days? Let's see. So I'm going to execute this one. So this is first one is start date and second one is end date. So what is the how many days are difference? What is the difference between this start date and end date? 12. Okay. Let's see the same calculation we want to implement in SQL server. Select date if for that date if. So date if function required interval. You want to difference between now we are calculating days. Days always have to give TD and starting date. What is it? What is my starting date here? This one. Okay. So and what is the interval end date and close it. So, date if function mainly it is it for to differentiate between the start date and end date. The difference between days, start date and end date. 12 it's written. So now simply I want to replace this one. Today date, right? Today. Sorry, get date. So same thing, straight. Now I want to this, right? 10 days back, 10 days back. So first, right? You 12 days. What is written? Okay. Future date is, yeah, it will give future date. If we go for date add, so it will add for the current month, current date to 12 months. Instead of months, we'll go for days. So it will get add 12 days. So 13 plus 12, 25th it will return. So June 25th it will return. So now I want to replace this one into here. So instead of that, what we can do is we can write this function here, started. Okay. So it will give 12 days difference. See, in the dative function, what we are going to 12 days, first 12 days back and for the current date. This function, you want to give first 12 days, right? You want to go back 12 days, which function we have to use? Date add function. So date add syntax is date add. So the interval is date. Or how many days we want to go back? Minus 12 days, comma, for the from today date onwards. So you have to write this function and execute. So it will give the start date difference. So that is the purpose, date add and date difference. And for the next function, convert. So convert function mainly it will convert one data type to another data type. Okay. The purpose of convert and cast function, by using this convert and cast function, we can convert from one data type to another data type. So you want, for example, the data type is string format is there. So select the date. You want to convert, you want to display this date as different formats. So you can convert 108. Convert data type you have to mention varchar 20. This is a data type. I am going to convert this date to string data type. For that, in the string data type, you have to write in SQL Server varchar. Varchar is a string data type. So, and we are mentioning the length for that 20 characters. So, get date. So, in convert 108 format. So, this is format 108 or 109. So, it will start. It will display this format. You want to display like, yeah, I can explain. What is that? So from 101, 102, so each number is there, convert. So you want to exactly this format, go to here, Google, and search here, date, string formats, will give all the details. So if you give, if you check here, formats like the 101, 111, convert 112, 110. So if you go for 110, the format is YYYY MMDD will come. We give, like you want to convert date time to integer format, like year, okay, year, month, day. So then you have to give 112. So year, month, day will come. See here, this format came. So you want to convert. You have to choose which format you want to display in the SQL server. By default, you have to format this. So you did not given this one. This is optional. This is optional. You did not specific mention. It will take this format always only. Okay. Yeah, you want to sometimes they are asking in SQL. I want to display only this format. So always date. So then they will convert it. Okay. So this is based on format. If you give one format, so to the each number they have mentioned specific format. Okay. So this is for dates only. This is for times only, time formats, date and time. We want to give this format. So 0 will give date and time. Okay. If you check here, if you give day 110, it will give only date instead of date time. You want, I can share this on the here, the WhatsApp group for reference purpose. So for that, we can use convert. So earlier we had discussed about cast function. Cast function also it convert from date time to date. So it will also convert any date time. Okay. Select cast. Cast. First is the syntax is expression. Expression is what is today date. Today date is get date. Get date. Next as written which data type we want to convert. Date. So it will convert one data type to another date. Date time to date here. The requirement. Anything you can. This is the different. You can see this is whatever you want to give column name you can give as date. You can give date will give. How does it? It will execute. This is mandatory syntax. If you give this is mandatory syntax. If you this one it will throw error. So it will throw error. As is accepted. Like as per the rule, you have to give the keyword as date. So cast is a conversion. Which conversion you are going to convert? Date. You have to mention date or date time is anything. Clear, Ravi? So string functions next. We are talking about char index. So string functions like so we'll go for char index. So select I have to change this table is just in Adventure Work 2019 database. So This I'm going to execute it. So I am looking for email column. So I don't know which table having email ID. So I want to check for the entire column. So the option is the manual process is I want to go and check each and every table. I don't want to do that exercise. I'm very expert in SQL Server, so I can write it for you. So for that, select start from information schema. So I'm checking for columns. So just give columns where column name like column name like email. So I'm going to, what is the purpose of this one? It will check for all the tables and each and every column. Will verify in the email column is email column where just it will display that table name, everything it will display. So here in the adventure walk database, so in each and every table it will go whether email column table or exist or not. It will check generally. So just execute will salesperson. So this is table name, table schema, and table name. So human resource we employee is there. Yes. Then human resource we employee. This is we. Okay. Just execute. Can able to find out employee email address. So by using this, simply I can find out. Otherwise, by using this, so email column, it will exist number of how many tables are exist. You want to sometime they will ask the question. Employee, huh? Mali Chapala. So, so this is system defined functions, system defined keywords. So information underscore schema columns, it will give the metadata. So generally. So by using this, we can give the email. So email ID column.
Browsing.
This is like operator. So simply, so email address, the email keyword. So this is percentage symbol. Exactly measure starting అయినా ఉండొచ్చు ఎండింగ్ అయినా ఉండొచ్చు ఈమెయిల్ అని సో ఇప్పుడు ఈమెయిల్ అడ్రస్ ఉంది పర్సంటేజ్ పెట్టినాక ఈమెయిల్ నాకు అందులో నుంచి విత్ ఇన్ ద ఎంటర్ ద కాలం నేమ్ కాలం నేమ్ లో ఈమెయిల్ అడ్రస్ అనే కాలం నేమ్ లో ఈమెయిల్ అనే స్ట్రింగ్ ని ఎక్స్ట్రాక్ట్ చేస్తాం సో బిఫోర్ ఈమెయిల్ అడ్రస్ ఎంప్లాయీ ఈమెయిల్ అడ్రస్ అని ఉంటుంది అప్పుడు ఈవెన్ వీఆర్ కన్సిడరింగ్ దట్ కాలం యాజ్ మనము ఇఫ్ యు నో ద కాలం నేమ్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ you can give it, it will work only for email. If you check here, what is happening is, so is there any email? Exactly the column name should be email only. So only for this one column it's coming. So we job candidates. So in this case, just verify it. Employee. So in this case, exact the column name, email only is there. See here, email only. So you want to even employee. So before you want to anything, that's fine. I want to before fine. I want to email. Check it only. No, nothing. I could not able to find out. I want to starting with email. At the ending, anything email address or email something. Anything is there. We want to give.
Excuse me, Venkat.
Yes.
Someone has got an MI. It's getting a disturbance. Can you mute it? And audio, video also.
Yeah. Let me check.
Thank you, Venkat.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for Jyoti for telling. I will close in 2 minutes. There is one more class is going on right now, so I will close. I will continue for tomorrow. Tomorrow. So looks like they have 10:30 Python class is there. So we'll discuss everything by tomorrow for the string related part anyway. Okay. So for string functions, we'll discuss tomorrow. So please practice, and I have said in the this one in the group SQL Server installation part. So try to download the software through that video explanation everything. If you have any questions, please bring me in the group. I can help you.